Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to Stuff and Such. We're doing a quick little review on the CVA Wolf V2, it's called. This is a stainless version with the Camo stock. Thought I would discuss a little bit, but my first impressions. First off, I'm not really an avid black powder hunter, so what I'm looking for in a firearm is quite a bit different than some that might be a traditionalist or hunting for months at a time with the creature. Ideally, when you do buy a firearm, you do buy something of quality that will last for decades and generations. But I purchased this basically because it was cheap and had decent reviews. So I thought I'd get it myself and tell you what I think of it. On first hand, I like that it's a break action, nice and smooth, nothing goofy about that, easy to break, quite simple. The stock, the forearm stock, the front one feels nice and solid. It's definitely plasticky. The rear one, good here. Here's a bit hollowy. Butt pad isn't really secured the best, but like you can easily pull a gap in there. But it's not going anywhere. As for the trigger and the hammer, the trigger is a very nice, crisp, sensitive trigger. Feels like at first impressions. I'll let you know if that changes when I do some bit of shooting. Hammer's easy accessible. Nice that you can reverse it put on both sides. The mount is a little bit chintzy on that was supplied with the gun. I didn't love how it's kind of a corrugated ring. Ramrod seems alright. Feels a little on the flimsy side, but should do the trick. Shorter than I expected it to be. So, fully seated. That's where it ends. So the breech plug would thread to about here. So it's not bad, it's just shorter than I thought. Overall, first glance, seems alright, but we all know that the true test is shooting. Basically what I'm looking for in a black powder is something that goes bang and hits where I want it to. We have a very short season here, so I don't have much time to fool around with it. But on the flip side too, we have a very small deer population, so when you have an opportunity, you need to be able to hit what you want and hit it accurately. So basically accurate, ease of use, and yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Let's see if it has it. In the manual, this book recommends IMR white hots, and I'm kind of just noticing now I don't have very many, so I'm going to have enough for 3, 6. I'm going to have enough for 8 shots, and I need to leave some for hunting, so I better get this thing dialed in quick, which will come down to being accurate. The manual recommends IMR white hot, so that's what we're going to use. They say in order to use Blackhorn 209 you need a different primer. And I'm just basically looking for something that'll shoot and hit what I need to and quick. So let's get into this. This is what I have been using on my past muzzle loader. It's a 250 grain with a, I think it's MP, and a little thing that goes on the back that just kind of a little pusher. Hopefully it's not too hard to load this, because I think that's a bit of a thicker, I think it's a thicker sable. But before we do that, I would like to attempt a bore sight, and that's where this thing is nice, is it has a quick and removable breech plug on the back. It's just finger tight in the back. So that way it should make it pretty easy to bore sight, since you can look through the barrel and eye up your target and adjust your scope accordingly. So hopefully that'll save us a few shots. I've never done it with a brake action, so we're going to find out how hard it is. Okie doodle. I've never bore sighted something so big. So every time I come back and check, I'm pretty close to bullseye, so we'll have to just go with that. I've never bore sighted something so massive. You look down the bore and you see the entire paper, and so you have to try and draw some imaginary crosshairs and then compare it to the scope. So that's a different experience for me. All right. So 2 little dollops of white horn or white hots, then the little plug. It didn't come with a bullet seeder, which sort of sucks. Ooh. Well, it feels different than my last muzzle loader. My other muzzle loader that I can't get shooting accurate, it's tight in this section right here, and then fairly loose for the rest of the bore, so I don't know what's going on with that. Alright, we're going to go for 50 yards and do my very best to hold it secure. The trigger's heavier than I thought it was. Okay, good. So we hit paper. So we're going to move it over about 5 inches to the right and then take a crack at 100 yards. To the right, we need to go about 9 MOA. Primer comes out nice and easy. Drop 2 more pellets down. capper and the main bullet. Alright, now we'll step her out to 100 yards and see where she's hitting. Well, I can't see where it hit. So we're gonna take a quick walk down and confirm. It's kind of interesting. I found my plug. Nice rifling cut in it. You can see how it kind of sealed. Interesting. Well, that's pretty good. I like how it responded beautifully to the scope. Ideally, I would see. I'm pretty new to muzzle loaders, and what I've found is that there's so much cleaning and so much like your window of shooting is so small. So like you clean your gun and then you load and shoot and load and shoot, and each time your gun barrel is getting dirtier, dirtier and dirtier until you get to a point where you have to restart again and start all the way back from the start again, and then your point of impact changes again, and then you start down that progression of shooting again. Unlike a traditional smokeless rifle where you could shoot 200 rounds without needing to clean easy and still maintain a good quality of accuracy. Obviously not one right after another, but spaced out, the barrel cools down, all that good stuff. So with muzzleloader, what I'm seeing, my first shot hit about that level. It would still be climbing, I think. So, and I moved it over 9 inches at 100 yards, so about 4.5 at 50 yards, and it hit basically in the right direction, left and right. So I'm thinking I'm just going to load the gun up and call her good enough. It's not how I would like to do things, but I can't think of any better way as of right now. Once I switch into different bullets for next year, whether that's the Federal bore locks or the what are they called, power belts, I think, or Thor bullets, I'm gonna switch into them. I've heard that they're better for maintaining cleanliness in terms of leaving plastic residue behind your barrel. But as of right now, that's hitting a deer at 100 yards. That's what I need to do. It'll drop and hit at about 150 right on the money, and that's perfect. So I realize it's not the greatest of shoot review, but that's kind of where we're at.